Welcome to the video on punctuations. The present video is part of semester 1 English practice coursework under unit number 4 writing skills. I am S. Muhammad Shafiullah, assistant professor of English PVK in Government College, Chittor. Punctuations is a system of symbols that we use when writing a language. Punctuations gives correct intended meaning to a sentence. The first punctuation mark that I used here is full stop. A full stop is used at the end of a sentence. Example, I visited my friend yesterday. So you can see here the sentence is ended with a full stop. Raju and Ravi went to shopping yesterday. They bought new shoes. So both the independent clauses are followed by a full stop. So it is very easy to recognize also in a sentence where the full stop comes. The second punctuation mark is comma. A comma is used to join two independent clauses. You can see the example here. Jasmine wanted to buy sweets, but she didn't have enough money. The sentence is concerned about the single aspect, about the sweets and not being having sufficient amount. So it should be separated through a comma. Like Jasmine wanted to buy sweets, comma, but she didn't have enough money. So lack of money is made Jasmine being not able to buy the required sweets. Very good. Next one, where the comma is used is in a sentence containing a list. For example, I bought apples, oranges, grapes and tomatoes. You can see here in this sentence there are various things in a sentence, and these things or objects can be separated through a comma. I bought apples, comma, oranges, grapes and tomatoes. The third example where we use comma is to separate dependent clause and independent clause. Because I missed the bus, comma, I was late to school. You have clearly seen here that the dependent clause is separated from independent clause here. Comma is also used in adjective clause. Adjective clause gives extra information about the subject. For example, Praveen, who is a short man, takes the books from the top shelf of the rack. In this sentence, comma is used to get an extra information about the subject. When we don't have the comma in place in this sentence, then the sentence itself is gives ambiguous meaning. So Praveen, comma, who is a short man, so it gives the extra information who is a short man, who is a short man, taken the books from the top shelf of the rack. So adjective clauses are being added to give extra information to your sentence. Next one where the comma is used is in direct speech. So comma is used before a direct speech. Suresh said, I want to go to the park. So Suresh said, comma, I want to go to the park. The next example where we use comma is after a transition word. Example, Shunil forget to furnish his science homework. Therefore, comma, he got into trouble. So in this sentence, so a transition word is used, right, in second sentence. So other transition words include however, yet, but, etc. In this sentence, the example sentence therefore is the transition word. So please remember, after a transition word, the comma should be placed. Next punctuation mark that we are concentrating is question mark. A question mark is placed at the end of a question. Example, is he going to the cinema? Question mark, what time will you arrive? Question mark. And we need to remember here an exclamation mark can be used with a question mark also. Why should you do this to me? Why should you do this to me? So there is an exclamation mark with the question mark also. So you can use both at a time when you want to stress both the things at a time also. Exclamation mark. An exclamation mark indicates strong emotion such as anger, fear, love, etc. It is used after exclamations and emphatic expressions. It can also be used to indicate a command. So, exclamatory mark is used after a strong emotion, after emphatic expressions, to indicate a command. Example, you can see here, stop, ouch, don't do that, hurry, I can't believe it, oh no, look at this mess. So in all these expressions we use exclamatory mark. The next punctuation mark is quotation marks. Quotation marks are used with direct quotes. We use quotation mark to cite something that someone said exactly. When rephrasing what someone told you, no quotation marks are needed. You should note of this one. Example, Mrs. Smith said, inverted comma begins, make sure you finish the homework by tomorrow. Quotation marks ends. So these are the direct quotes that are put in quotation marks. The other example for quotation marks is, the teacher said, get out of my class. You can here see the command that the teacher gives here in the form of a direct quote. Both exclamatory mark and quotation marks are placed here. So you can observe, you can use either or both in a sentence. The next punctuation mark that we are taking here is apostrophe. These are used in a shortened version of a word. The first example under this is contractions. Contractions are the shortened version of a word. I didn't go to the church. Instead of I did not, we use the contraction I didn't. Apostrophe is also used to indicate possession. That is, Sunil's house. Thomas' cat is cute. So it indicates the possession of house, possession of cat, which is cute. The next example for under apostrophe is, which is used for collective nouns. So apostrophe is also used for collective nouns in an example sentence like this. The form required both parents' signature. So parent signifies both mother and father. So an apostrophe has to be placed after the word parents. It is also apostrophe is also used to indicate owners of a noun. Rahul and Ramesh's house. If the thing belongs to both, the apostrophe should be given to the second name in a sentence. If two individuals possess different things, then apostrophe should be used for both names. Rahul's and Ramesh's dogs. Colon. Next, punctuation mark. Colon is used when we want to introduce an explanation. Example: she had one problem. Colon. There was no way she could finish her homework in time. So here there is a problem and the explanation for the consequence also be given. So in that situations, in the type of sentences, we used colon. The colon is also used to separate independent classes. Example: they will not make it home in time. The roads are very icy. So here also independent classes are separated through a colon. Colon is also used to introduce an example. See here, if you want to make a cake, comma, then you need all the ingredients. For example, colon, flour, comma, butter, comma, eggs and milk. So to introduce a list of items as an example, you use colon. There is other sentences where you use colonies to introduce a list in a sentence also, we use colon. I like to eat all kinds of fruits, colon, mango, watermelon, grapes, apple and pineapple. So a list of sentences is also introduced through a colon. We also use colon before direct speech. He shouted, "Get out of the class." Here you can see before direct speech there is a colon, and the direct speech is put in a inverted commas with the exclamatory mark. The next punctuation mark is semicolon. A semicolon is used to connect independent sentences that are closely related to each other. Example: Mumbai is a famous city, semicolon. There are many places to visit. So, in the example sentence, the talk is about Mumbai and the various places in Mumbai city. So, you can observe when you are talking about a sentence where you are closely related to a particular place or city, then you use semicolon. And the example that I given for that is Mumbai is a famous city, semicolon, there are many places to visit. You are talking about the Mumbai and the things or the places that are concerned with Mumbai city only. So in that situation you use semicolon. A semicolon is used in a sentence containing a list. So you also use semicolon where there are a list of things to introduce. For example, I have been on holiday to Mumbai, India, semicolon, Dhaka, Bangladesh, Colombo, Sri Lanka. So you can see a clear demarcation where you are supposed to use semicolon. Mumbai is in India, separated from the list through a semicolon. Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh, also separated from Colombo, which is the capital of Sri Lanka. So a list of sentences, sentence contains a list of sentences separated by a semicolon. Brackets. Brackets, also called as parentheses, generally add extra information in the sentence. Example: tomorrow, which is Friday, is the last day of the semester. So when you want to suggest the day also in a week, you place that the day of a week in a brackets to suggest some extra information. Dinesh studies all day in brackets for the semester end exam. So Dinesh studies for the semester end exams, but whether he studied for one day or all day is suggested through an extra bit of information by putting all day in bracket. Next punctuation mark is ellipsis. It is shown with 3 dots. The 3 dots show omission or a pause in a sentence. Example: I'm not sure. Suresh, I'm very much sorry. 3 dots. I hope you can forgive me. So in order to suggest a pause, you use ellipsis, that is 3 dots. So using a pause is a sign that and it should be shown in a graphic mode through 3 dots. Hyphen. A hyphen is shown with a small dash. Hyphen is used to join words together. It is also used in compound words. So basically hyphens are used as shown here to join words together and also used in compound words. Example: brother-in-law. Then full time. These are the examples under for hyphen. It is also used in hyphens and numbers. Example: I am 21-year-old. So when you are writing in words 21-year-old, so it should be shown with a hyphen. The teacher gave a 3-minute lecture to the class. So here you can see the hyphen after the numerical letter 3. We need 1/3 of seats in assembly elections. So 1/3 is also shown with a hyphen mark. Next punctuation mark is dash. A dash is somewhat larger than hyphen. That is the difference between dash and hyphen. Dash indicates a period of time, distance, or a range of numbers. Example: I had to read pages 90 to 150 for my exams. So the range of numbers, while using the range of numbers we use dash, and the college hours are 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So here also the period of time is also shown with a dash, and the distance also shown through a dash, like she traveled from America to Europe. So in using the period of time too, we use dash. The next punctuation mark is slash. It is in slant position. You can observe in the bracket I have given here. To separate words in a sentence. Why we use slash? To separate words in a sentence. The teacher noticed that a student had left his or her bag in the class. So when you are showing that the whose bag that is left in the class, you use a slash after his or her. So second example under slash is to separate the day, month and year. See here, to separate the day from month and year, you use slash, like 14th 12 2020. 14 is the day and 12 is the month and 2020 is the year. It is also, slash is also used to indicate a fraction. Example: half. See here, 1 by second, half. It is also used per in a measurement. Per month, he was paying rupees 10,000 per month. Here you use slash after 10,000. Used in an abbreviation. So, slash is also used where abbreviations are used. She returned AC. Here AC stands for air conditioner and A slash C. Now we will move on to the other punctuation mark, capital letter A, B, C, etc. Use at the start of a sentence and for names of people, places, days of the week and months. So please remember, capital letters are used for the names of the people, places, days of the week, months. Example, Ramesh, Uti, Monday, January. The capital letters is also used at the start of the words for continents, mountain peaks, names of the countries and states, oceans, seas, capital cities, holy books, directions, famous monuments, and things which are unique and singular in nature. Example, Bay of Bengal, Himalayas, North South, Pyramids, Moon, Bangalore, Australia, full stop. So these are the examples where we use capital letter at the start of a word. So these are the references that I am quoting here where I took my material from. Thank you very much for watching my video.